So we rolled in last night and about 11:30. And what happened this morning?
Yeah, we got in there probably a little later than we wanted to, but I was going in blind, having never been here before. So we were able to get in with enough light to get into our trees. Had to make a little bit of an adjustment when we got in, just because it wasn't the tree we thought I could get into with my climber. He was saddle hunting, but we found a spot to set up on the corner and got into position. And I don't know, how long would you say it was we sat there before?
Probably a good hour. Yeah, we got in maybe right at daylight, and I was set up probably 30 yards in front of you, and you could see kind of down the property line, and we had permission on both properties, but and then I could see a little bit off to the left. We had this doe come down across one property onto the next property, and I saw her coming. I whistled to you and told you she was coming.
Yeah, you can kind of see it in the video that he saw the doe long before I did. So he whistled and I looked up and could just see its back and kind of had an idea it was going to cross. But the way I was sitting in the stand, being a lefty, I kind of had to get turned a little bit because I kind of had an idea where I thought she was going to cross. And so I had no sooner kind of got turned to take the shot, and then she came right into that area. And then John, luckily, he stopped her where you could see her good, kind of right in the middle of a trail. And I had a good clear broadside shot, but it was probably at least 90 yards offhand, and I was twisted. So I took as much time as I felt I needed to make a good clean shot and squeezed one off. Of course, from there I couldn't see, and you had kind of a different perspective.
Yeah, with muzzleloader, you definitely couldn't see anything, and then she mule kicked, so I thought it was a pretty good hit. And she walked a few steps, walked behind a tree, so I couldn't see her, then walked out from behind the tree and just stood there. So it almost acted like a gut shot. She laid down. I watched her for probably 15 minutes, head up. I couldn't get another shot into her. She was it was too thick. And she stood up, turned around, faced the other way, laid back down, watched her for probably another 15 minutes, and now it's been 30 minutes maybe since the shot. Stood up and walked out of sight. I had no idea what happened, and it was just really strange. So we went back, reviewed the footage, couldn't really tell from the camera. We put it to the TV, and still couldn't slow it down, so we couldn't really tell. So we gave her some more time, and in the meantime, we went down and to the other corner of the property, saw some deer where we were thinking we were going to set up in the afternoon. So I grabbed the muzzleloader, gave the camera to Zach.
Pretty clean shot down here. I don't know which one's which now though.
We just saw the deer down there, and we had the wind right in our face, and we're just kind of able to sneak down that fence line. And kind of to our advantage, there was one young buck we could see up on the hill, but there was a little bit of terrain hiding the majority of the deer there. So it gave us that little bit of cover to kind of work with the wind in our face to get down closer to them. And then when we got there, it was kind of just a waiting game until they were feeding around until one of them presented a shot. And we just talked it through until the one we picked out was there, and it was pretty cut and dry. We put her down right there, and that was that.
So we butchered her up, went quick, threw her back in the cooler, walked up to see where this doe had gone, just double check. It's been a few hours now, and she was laying right there. She didn't go anywhere.
I was ecstatic. I wasn't feeling very confident when we were walking back in there. After reviewing the video, I thought I'd hit that deer, but just looking at the screen, I really didn't think it was a mortal wound. I was really hoping it wouldn't be a mortal wound. It was something it would recover from, because it didn't look like a good hit. I mean, the fact that the deer had just gone and laid down right there and then got back up and was walking around, I wasn't convinced it was a great shot. But to get there and walk in and just find that deer laying there, and I mean, it was a great shot. I was like, man, this turned around really quick.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Then we're super excited. So, yeah, it's a quick morning of, a lot of action. Saw a lot of deer this morning, so I certainly can't complain about how this went.